Now, hometown sports action with Chase Evans on 33 WYTV.
Good evening, everyone. Let's talk some sports. A month ago, Ohio State and Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game did not look likely, but here we are. The Buckeyes, heavy favorites against the Wildcats.
Kind of hate to use the word dynasty when it comes to high school sports these days,
Sometimes
Keely, but
it's the right word.
that's exactly what this champion softball team has been over the past decade.
Well, we're living in the golden age of the NBA right now. The Golden State Warriors have done it again.
Hello and welcome to week one of Friday Football Fever. I'm your host, Chase Evans. The season is back with a clean slate for local teams in both Ohio and Western PA.
36th year we have done this award. It's the longest running franchise in Youngstown television history. Another great group of kids this year, the best of the best, we like to call it here in the Valley.
And a great turnout tonight at Our Lady of Mount Carmel in downtown Youngstown. WYTV honored a total of 41 student athletes from 33 different schools this year. Talented young men and women. These guys are the cream of the crop. Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer share a special bond as Buckeye head coaches. Tonight, I caught up with now President Jim Tressel, who said they're still great friends to this day. Second down takes us to the All-American Conference, where Hubbard is really becoming the team to beat in the white division. The Eagles are coming off a huge win over Girard last week, and boy, are they lighting up the scoreboard. Get this, through 2 ball games, Hubbard has scored 111 points. Tonight, they faced an Edgewood team that has put up just 21 points in their first 2 games. We head to Hubbard Memorial Stadium, and as you can imagine, this one was all Eagles. First quarter. Davion Daniels, the quarterback, dropping back, fires across the middle, wide open, Jaquan Odom. 13-yard score. Hubbard goes up 7-zip just like that. Later in the quarter, it's Daniels and Odom once again. He's wide open, 65 yards to pay dirt this time. Eagles on top, 15-0. And finally, they will keep it on the ground with Jeremiah Harrison. Going to take it around the outside for the sweep, and guess what? Number 3 is going to be gone for 6. 62-yard touchdown. Hubbard rolls to 3-0, 62-12, a 50-point win. In the AAC Gold Division, Boardman off to a 2-0 start. They're hosting Jackson tonight at Spartan Stadium. Third quarter, the Polar Bears on top, 7-zip. The Boardman gives to Joe Iaraci, and he races around the far side, picks up a first down on the 35-yard gainer. 3 plays later, it's Mike O'Horo back to pass, airs it out to Cam Kreps, and he hauls it in. A 21-yard score ties the game at 7. Later in the third, the Spartans defense flexing their muscles with Zach Hilliard. Gobbled up the quarterback, but it wasn't enough. Boardman falls by 10, 17-7. Their first loss now. They drop to 2-1. Still 8 games left, including our student section of the week. Don't miss that. Coming up, it's a district final Thursday here in the Valley. A wild one tonight in Division 4 between Springfield and Warren JFK. He would steal his way to third base, and that would set up senior Shane Einen. Chops one to right and squeezes through. Nesbeth comes home, and that's your game winner. Springfield wins in a walk-off fashion, 8-7, capturing back-to-back district titles. The Blue Jackets have been the team to beat in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs, winning 6 of their first 7 games. In fact, Tuesday they won a second-round home game for the first time in franchise history. We're going to head back to Western PA in District 10 action, and over there, really one team has kind of stood above the rest all season. That's the Farrell Steelers, and they made it look easy once again tonight, Corbin.
10, 11. Switch, last one. I'm very detail oriented, and I'm a student of the game. I love basketball, but I'm passionate, and you can't fake passion. I'm excited to be in the gym no matter where I go.
In many ways, Anthony Pugh was destined to be a trainer.
One thing at a time. Remember we talked about that?
Just over 4 years ago, he was on this same court as an all-state point guard for the Blue Devils. Standing 5'6", he was often the smallest yet hardest working player in the gym. Pugh walked on at Robert Morris and even got playing time his freshman year, but soon found his passion on the training side.
You know, I kind of ended my playing career on my own terms and decided to dive into the player development side of things. Nice, good.
Pugh started Clockwork Athletics in his dorm room back in 2016 and now sees 75 to 100 players a week.
Nice, perfect.
He's an early riser, 4:30 a.m. most days, which inspired the name of his business.
You know, we're working around the clock. You know, it never stops. Early, late, you know, early mornings, late nights. I'm not here just to make you sweat. I'm here to help you develop overall as a player.
Pugh works with players of all ages and skill levels, including McDonald's senior Zach Razil, who's already the school's all-time leading scorer. And according to Anthony, Zach is the best shooter in the state.
It's winning time. There it is.
Yeah, I definitely think watching him, you know, he's like an undersized guard. So, you know, I've taken a few things from him, you know, me being an undersized guard like him. He brings energy every day. He pushes me to become a better player.
You know, basketball is a blessing, not a, you know, you shouldn't feel upset to be in the gym. You should be excited. And so I try to kind of pass that energy along.
Reporting in McDonald, Chase Evans for Sports Team 27.
That's better. One.
Poland senior Jared Tucker is a whiz kid in the classroom and a force to be reckoned with on the football field. In fact, Jared can deadlift 515 pounds and bench press around 300. Plus, he's a straight A student at Poland, and now he's our 33 Student Athlete of the Week.
There goes.
There's twins on the Poland football team this year. Jared and Nathan Tucker are both standout linemen for the Bulldogs.
I'd say it's a little bit of a competition, you know, just brotherly fight, but he's my best friend, you know, we push each other to the limits.
Although they're twins, Jared is a year ahead in school after skipping a grade back at elementary. Still, there's plenty of competition there, with Jared emerging as a leader in the trenches.
I made it my goal to be more aggressive on the line and to just go in there. And I just feel that that's going to make me a great player this year, my senior year.
At 6'1", 215 pounds, Jared is a force at left guard and outside linebacker, but he wasn't always that way. In fact, he's put on 40 pounds of muscle since his sophomore year.
I just went in the weight room, and I made it my goal to work out every day and to just push myself to get bigger and stronger. And then I eventually grew into 6'1", 215 outside linebacker.
Off the field, Jared leads his class with a 4.0 GPA. He's also president of student council and scored a 34 on his ACT, which ranks in the 99th percentile nationwide.
They'll always clown me for being the smart guy around, and I just think that I want myself to be epitomized as this student athlete, you know, successful in athletics, but also successful in the classroom.
Poland's Jared Tucker, our Student Athlete of the Week.
I don't even know what I'm feeling. It's really cool. I didn't expect this big of a turnout at all.
Hundreds of people showed up at Carmela's Cafe Sunday afternoon, all for 17-year-old Micah Beckwith. 6 years ago, he underwent surgery to remove a tumor in his spine. Complications eventually left him paralyzed from the waist down. But that did not slow Micah down. He went out for track his freshman year at Boardman, and, well, the rest is history. Still, due to high costs, Micah had to rent his racing chair. But that all changed Sunday afternoon following this fundraiser.
So I can practice much more now. I can get it's going to be made for me, so it's going to be perfect for me. It's going to be comfortable. Any problems that are happening with it can be taken care of.
It's indescribable. The love, the support of people that we know and people that we don't know, complete strangers coming out to support him in the community. It's a very overwhelming feeling.
Over 200 tickets for the event were sold out, with well over the goal of $4,500 raised. Head coach Bo Pelini was on hand to help out, as well as one of his assistants, Mike Tomzak, who helped organize the event for Micah.
You know, spend time with him, talking to him. He's got a lot of great goals in life. You know, one day he wants to be a doctor, and it goes beyond just athletics and academics.
Maybe go from 7th and 8th to like maybe 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, and then out of high school, just keep going into college.
It just shows me that humanity still is good. It really is.
Good, good, good.
Jeff Bayek is a coaching legend here in the Valley.
All right, not bad, but
at 61 years old, he's made stops at Canfield, Hubbard, Camel, and currently Warren JFK, where he led the Eagles to a state championship in 2016. Back in 2007 at Hubbard, he had the chance to coach his son John, a senior at the time, who's now the defensive coordinator at Struthers.
one of the things that I think really helped us is my wife had a rule that we weren't allowed to bring it home and talk about it at the dinner table and things like that. You know, he was interested in helping out our JVs and varsity even when I was at Camel.
Hey, that's great stuff. Good work.
After graduating from Westminster, John is now entering his 8th season as an assistant coach. He also teaches social studies at Struthers.
Always attack his inside hip. A lot of the times I'm referred to as Jeff Bayek's son, not John, but you know, it's something that a lot of people say you might coach or live in the shadow, but I embrace it. I mean, he's one of the best in the state of Ohio, and I mean, I've learned from the best. I definitely use the same coaching strategies my dad has always used off the field, because that's the most important part of the game, and he taught me that.
The Bayeks are both defensive-minded guys and talk several times a week about strategy and new formations. But over the years, their bond has become much more than just football.
All right, so here we go. To be honest with you, if I go to a Struthers game, I'm a nervous wreck, and probably more nervous than I am at my own games. You know, I want to run up to the press box and say, hey, why don't you try this? But, you know, you can't do that.
I watched him win a state championship. I hope someday that I can make it that far and be as successful as him.
Our family's blessed that he's been able to carry on that legacy.
Check four, check four.
Reporting in Warren, Chase Evans for Sports Team 27. Baseball and the 4th of July all adds up to a great American celebration today. And of course, Independence Day would not be complete without some Scrappers baseball up in Niles. Mahoning Valley hosting a 4th of July game for the 7th straight year tonight, complete with post-game fireworks, of course. But beforehand, I caught up with local fans asking them their favorite Independence Day traditions. Take a listen.
My favorite 4th of July tradition is the fireworks because they're very beautiful. Food and family. Going to the parade because you get a lot of candy. Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, yeah.
Well, I'd say it's going to a baseball game with your family, hanging out, having a couple of hot dogs, courtesy of King Weenie. Go Scrappers.
My favorite 4th of July tradition is coming to the Scrappers game, watching the Scrappers win, seeing the fireworks, and getting all dressed up.
An awesome rendition of the national anthem tonight from that young man. A great crowd on hand as well this evening at Eastwood Field, but not too many fireworks on the field for the Scrappers. Top of the first, already down 1-0 and more trouble in right field there. Donovan Williams pops that one up. Another run comes home. The Scrappers offense did have some chances tonight. Bottom second here, Brian Lavastida rips one down the left field line, but they simply could not bring the runs home. George Valera strikes out here to end the frame. Scrappers fall 7-1. They are back at it tomorrow at 7:05 against the Spikes. And don't forget, we're just 5 days away from the Little League Baseball Championships, a special presentation of WKBN's Game of the Week with live broadcasts from the Field of Dreams over in Boardman. Sports Team 27 will feature 4 of the District 2 championship games next Tuesday and Wednesday from all age groups in that tournament. The games will air live on our sister station, WYTV, as well as WKBN.com and the WKBN mobile app. Well, All-Star Weekend nearly upon us up in Cleveland. The Indians hosting festivities this year, which are already well underway downtown. Meanwhile, the Tribe has given plans plenty to cheer about towards the break here, winning 8 of their past 11 games and now trailing the Minnesota Twins by just 6 games in the AL Central. Here they come, folks. Cleveland going for a 3-game sweep of Kansas City today. Former Scrapper Zach Plesac on the mound struggled in the start, but his offense picked him up. In particular, Jose Ramirez. A deep solo shot to right there, and his night was only beginning. Later on, check out this play defensively, courtesy of Francisco Lindor, flipping a double play here over to Kipnis, then to first. Sweet stuff. That's why he's an all-star, folks. Cleveland actually trailed 3-1 in this game, but a 6-run 7th inning was the difference. Another bomb here from Jose Ramirez. Indians a rally for the win, 8-4 today over the Royals. Pirates finally out of the cellar in the NL Central, going for a 4-game sweep of the Cubbies today over in Pittsburgh, but that was not meant to be. Wilson Contreras here going off Jordan Lyles in the third, a 2-run bomb, his 18th of the campaign. Not a great day for Lyles in general, having some control issues here against Javier Baez. Cubs manager Joe Madden does not like it. He was tossed and even got into it with Pirates manager Clint Hurdle. Not good. Kind of an ugly day all around for the Pirates as they fall hard, 11-3. The Cubs take this one. Finally, the 4th of July, not complete without Nathan's annual hot dog eating contest in Coney Island. One of my favorite traditions. I love to watch this every year on the 4th, and Joey Jaws Chestnut does it again. He's won it 11 times. He made it 12 today. A clean plater once again. He had 19 hot dogs downed in the first 2 minutes. Pretty much wrapped things up, folks. 71 hot dogs total. Also the buns, just short of his record 74 last year. By the way, they do a ladies tournament as well. Believe it or not, Mickey Suda right here devoured 31 hot dogs herself. Incredible stuff. She won her 6th straight title as well. My stomach hurts just looking at that, so I'm going to throw it to break, and we're going to wrap things up after this.